So what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a lifted Ford F-250. Check it out. This thing looks so sick. And what size tires do you think that is? I didn't want to list it because I wanted to ask you guys. But man, this thing looks so good. Now it is leveled. Actually, it might be lifted though, because it looks higher all the way across the board in my opinion. But I see that it has some aftermarket airbags too. This truck has some modification. It looks like it has dual exhaust. It has a lift, and these are 37's. These are open country by Toyo. So these are some big boy tires. Now, if you're wondering, does it rub? Unfortunately, can you see that right there? It does rub. So if you are looking to do this type of setup, this could be like a 2.5 inch leveling, but I don't know guys. I'm not a guru when it comes down to lifts. Is this truck lifted? I know that it's leveled, but I don't know if the whole truck's been lifted. It looks like it has been from this point of view, but like I said guys, this thing has these massive 37's on it. I mean, this is ridiculous. 37 by 12.5. They are so wide, man. So as you guys know, this is another towing video, and we're gonna hook up my trailer. I have my 2.5 inch hitch today through Anderson we're going to be using. This should be a good video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let's get into it. Now, Criswell and Thermont did allow me to do this video. Be sure to check out their website. If you're in the market for a truck that's already been done up, guys, let me just tell you, whoever owned this truck, they literally babied it, because look at the interior. Now, if you saw my last video on a Ford F-350, the truck was pretty banged up. I mean, it did have more miles, but it's about the same year truck. I believe this is a 2017 too. But look at this interior. Like, the carpet looks like it's brand new. I mean, even the floor mats. I mean, who uses carpet floor mats in the truck? Someone who took care of it. But man, check out this interior, guys. Absolutely amazing. I mean, oh my goodness. I might buy this truck. Too bad it's not a F-350 though. But let's go ahead and check out all the features. So this does have a key. We're gonna start it up. Man, this truck feels so high. I do understand why guys lift their trucks. I'm not big into this type of stuff because I prefer to have the best control going on the road, but today we're gonna figure out if this truck handles well. Maybe I will lift my truck, we'll see. Now, this is a diesel, has the V8 Powerstroke, diesel exhaust brake, tow haul mode right up here. Now, unfortunately, I'm kind of far away from grades, so I won't be able to do that today, but trailer brake is down here, and they do have a list for trailering inside of your multi-information display. Pretty much shows your towing status, towing information, trailer light check, all that good stuff. Now, last time I did a video, I couldn't find the oil temperature, so we're gonna fix that today. I'm gonna show you guys the engine information. So this is where the oil temperature is, and of course it shows you your engine idle hours too. And we're going to also look at the transmission temperature gauge too. And although it does not show you a number, hold on here. So here it is, transmission temperature right there, boom. So those are the two gauges I want to kind of monitor, because I want to see how warm this truck is. It's still kind of cold, so we're going to let it run for a little bit. And like I said, let's go ahead and look at the hardware out back. Out back, this truck does have a class 5 receiving hitch. Now, if you don't know, the F-350s come with a 3-inch. This is going to be a 2.5 inch. Now, they do have a reducer in here right now. We're going to take this out. And here's the numbers for this hitch. 15,000 max trailering. Max tongue is 1,500 pounds. If you get an F-350, it's 21,000 max trailering. And max tongue is going to be 2,100 pounds. So you have more capacity. Here's my opinion. I don't think this truck was lifted out back, but I do think because of these taller tires, 37's, they may have just given the truck a few inches, because my ball for my ram sits here, and I don't have to go up that much. I mean, it's not that far up, so I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm just going to lift the trailer up a little bit more. But look how they set up the airbags out back. I love what they did, guys. This is my favorite setup. I don't know how much PSIs are in these airbags. I don't have that much time, guys, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to kind of roll with it without it. But who knows, maybe in the future if this truck's still here, maybe I can come back and maybe do a test on these airbags, okay? Now this truck, as I mentioned, does have dual exhaust, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quick rev. I don't really think that this exhaust does anything though. I think it's just for show, because like I said, it has exhaust on this side and also on this side here. So let's just see what it sounds like. Not bad. I mean, like I said, it's pretty stock. I didn't hear any difference in the sound. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. Alright, so this does have a AFB HD. So it does have an aftermarket intake on it. But yeah, man, this truck has been done up pretty well. As you guys can see on this side, it's been rubbing too. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and measure. I'm pretty sure you definitely want to see that today, because yeah, this truck has been lifted out. And what I'll do is I'm gonna measure the front for you too. Alright, since this truck's been lifted, so you have an idea. Alright guys, so here we go. So this is, it looks like 45 and a half. 45 and a half. And out back, we're at 46 and 3/4. All right, that's 46 and 3/4, yep. And we're also gonna be using this today too, so we'll check this in a second, all right? So let's go and set the camera up and let's go ahead and get the truck loaded up. All right, guys, here we go. Let me just go ahead and go forward just a hair. Go back a little bit so you can zoom in. Uh-oh. Maybe it doesn't work. Last time I did a Ford review, the camera gave me some issues too. The last time it didn't even come up at all. Okay, maybe it doesn't work. Be that way. Alright, so we are there. So this does have a mechanical e-brake. I prefer that so much more than an electronic one. Perfect. Let's take a look at the numbers for this specific truck. So this truck does have a front gross axle weight rating up front at 5,200 pounds. The rating out back is 6,340 pounds, 10,000 pound GVWR. All in payload capacity is 2,281 pounds. So this truck has a good bit of capacity. So if you're looking to tow something like this, someone asked me, do they recommend, you know, F-350 dually or single rear wheel? I think that if you're towing a trailer like this, 28 by 8.5, about 10,000 pound GVWR, this truck is perfect for something like this. Now, if you don't know, this truck does have leaf springs out back. You have 3 leaf springs, and if you do get an F-350, they do give you an additional overload leaf spring too. All right, so it didn't move much. It's saying that it's level, so I don't really see the need to add any air to the airbags. It's definitely squatting a little bit, but that's only because the truck's been leveled. All right, so let's see how much it did lower out back. All right, here we go. So we are at, is that 44 and 3/4. Yeah, I think it was at 46 and 3/4, so 2 inches. Maybe the bags have air pressure. You know what? Because I like you guys, let's just go ahead and check the air pressure real quickly. This is a really nice setup, guys. I love the way they did this. Whoever had this truck, obviously they towed with it. All right. So we are at, oh, hold on. I gotta turn this on. 45, man, that's a lot, isn't it? I feel like it should be like 30 pounds. Well, you know what? I'll just leave it here. 44. Let's see where it's at. Gosh, that seems like a lot. I think it should be like at 30 pounds, shouldn't it? Okay, cool. We'll leave it about where it's at. And then I'll put another few in here. Let's check where this is at too. Let's see. All right, so they're both at 50 in that ballpark. We're good to go. So the truck should be a little bit higher. Like I said, you don't want it too high either. You want it level because it rides a little bit better that way. Last thing is everything's hooked up. Coupler lock is in. It's also locked into the ball. Chains across. Breakaway switch on this side is secure, and 7-pin connector was used. This does have a 4-pin connector just below. All right, so let's go ahead and get on the road so we can see how well this truck's gonna tow. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at everything really quickly. So I have the gain down to 4, and it stops the truck really well. Tow haul mode is on. You can see the icons, and I also have the diesel exhaust brake on too, which is right here. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get on the road and see how well this thing's towing. Already, I can tell that this truck, it feels really stiff. And that's a good thing. So putting the air in the airbags probably is gonna help a little bit. I put them at 50 pounds. That seems kind of high. I feel like 30 pounds is about where I heard people putting them at online, but it's fine. The truck is still level. It's not jacked up out back, so I'm not too concerned about that. Cannot wait to get this thing on the road though to see how well it does at above 65 miles an hour, because sway is something that I've always been concerned about with a lifted truck. And this truck has a pretty good lift on it. I mean, 2.5, especially having 37s on it too. It's a big tire. And they didn't go cheap. I mean, they definitely used the right tires. Toyo is the way to go if you're gonna get beefy tires. I go with Nitto because they're a little bit cheaper. But man, these are a little bit more aggressive than mine, in my opinion. But yeah, as far as gearing goes, oh yeah, there's no shortage of power on this bad boy. I was gonna see if they may have re-geared this truck, but I doubt they did, because they didn't lift to 6 inches. Normally when you go big tires, big lift, people typically want to re-gear so they don't lose too much of that low end grunt. But so far so good. At 45 miles an hour though, there's some noticeable road noise from these tires. So when I get up here, I'm gonna obviously get on the highway and I'll show you guys acceleration too. I mean, at low speeds, I can't tell there's a trailer back there. So, man, I might have to lift my truck. I did hear it gives you better fuel economy too, just in case my wife's watching this. But man, this truck rides really good. You do have a button inside for your power mirrors, and all you have to do is just push it to extend it and bring them back in. This is on both sides. Pretty unique. I think GM just adopted that too. However, Ram, you still have to flip them out. But yeah, really nice feature. You cannot control the convex mirror, so you have to do that manually. But like I said, overall, pretty good tow mirrors. You don't necessarily have to extend them all the way out, but there's definitely more advantages, obviously, if you want to, though. It's actually a lot of cars coming, so I'm gonna have to take it easy. All right, here we go. Not bad. So acceleration is pretty good. Wow, a lot more road noise, guys. Woo! Woo, these tires are loud. but they're not terrible. I guess I might be exaggerating a little bit. Let me just ride with it for a little bit and see how well they are. Let me know if you guys hear the road noise. I'm going 65. I'm going to set the cruise here, so I'll be quiet for a few seconds so you can kind of listen in on it. There's definitely some road noise, a little bit more than I would like to have. But if you were to turn the music on, I think it would drown it out.
Frederick here. Oh, check it out. Frederick here and Bryant will do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
You can actually hear it even with the music on, but it's not terrible. If you love this look, you will be willing to stomach these tires. These are a little bit more aggressive than what I have. I have the Nitto Ridge Grapplers, and they're loud too. I mean, they're not like ridiculously loud like this. They're definitely a few decibels quieter for sure. But these are 37s. I don't have 37. I think mine are like 33, 34, somewhere in that ballpark. I have 295, 65s, I believe. But no sway. I might try to get up to 70 once I get around these curves. But I mean, I feel like this truck is killing it. Right now, my oil temperature is at 203 degrees. Transmission is at 185. Now the outside temperature is at 35 degrees, so I haven't really put a lot of work on this transmission yet. Okay, not bad at all, guys. It's handling it like it's nothing, actually. Really, really good truck, guys. Acceleration, I'm going up a little bit of an incline. 70. Ooh, ooh. 5 miles an hour makes a big difference though. I'm going around a curve now. I felt the trailer kind of pull the truck a little bit. I didn't mention this too. I moved my Charger up just maybe like 3 inches in the trailer. I wanted to get a little bit more tongue weight. I did that last night. So my truck is actually kind of squatting a little bit more too. So I wanted to make that clear because I'm going to try to do a video with my truck this coming weekend. So I don't know when I'm going to post this video, so that it could have been 3 weeks from now before I post this video. So we'll see. Check out these Toyo RT Open Country tires, guys. These are really, really aggressive tires. This is a 37 by 12.5 20 LT tire, 10 ply. As far as the weight capacity goes, 3,750 pounds. And this has a 65 PSI code too. That's pretty interesting. I thought it would be 80, but 65 is a code PSI for this tire. Oh man, I don't like 70. I don't like 70 with the setup, guys. Alright, I'm hitting the brakes now. Oh yes. There it is. Diesel exhaust brake is working in this truck. Oh yes. It's just not downshifting. I feel like my truck, it downshifts. And someone did mention in the comment section that the truck does downshift if you hit the brakes harder, but like I was hitting them pretty hard just now. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. I'm at 190 degrees on the transmission now, so I'm gonna send it right now, all right? Okay. 40, 45, 50, 55, I'm going up an incline. 60. Okay. 65. Wide open throttle too. 70. Alright. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Diesel exhaust brake works really good. I'm gonna turn it off real quickly. Actually, it's actually dropping about the same when I take my foot on the pedal. But yeah, the temperature on the transmission now at 199 degrees. That's kind of a letdown. This is a 6-speed transmission. When I do my testing on my Eisen, it's a big difference. It's at 201 right now. And that's probably normal for operating temperature, but I'm gonna send it on my truck too, like I'm doing on this one. And I'm gonna do a test on the grades also, so that'll be even better. But yeah, when you're going 70 miles an hour with these tires, with this lift, I can feel that the truck's floating. That's what it feels like. It's not the trailer pulling the truck at all. It's just the truck is floating. So I don't know. I don't think I would lift my truck. I like how my truck pulls now. And I feel like with those aggressive tires, I feel like the tires already kind of make it float a little bit more too. So yeah, overall guys, love this truck. I mean, it's doing a good job. Let's see where the temperature is on the oil. Oil temperature is at 214. It just dropped down to 212 because I'm not accelerating. I did not do a fuel test, so I'll go back around one more time and I'll let you guys know what the ending number is, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back the other direction. So I was getting about 8 MPG, and that's probably about right. But keep in mind, this aggressive tires, this lift, all this is gonna affect fuel economy. Now this does have that air intake through AFE, so that's probably gonna help a little bit, but it's cold outside, so that thing's probably not a huge help when it's this cold. So when we get back, like I said, I'll show you guys the ending fuel mileage, but it's gonna drop a little bit. I'm just gonna go 65 on this road. Great acceleration. And when I put cruise control on, I'm gonna show you guys where I'm gonna be averaging at on the RPMs, okay? All right, here's a good example of the RPMs. We're at about 1,500 RPMs at 65 miles an hour. I'm about to climb up a little grade here. Yeah, the RPMs are low. I feel like it's in 5th gear. No, it's definitely in 6. Let me go ahead and put this back on 2, because we're gonna go ahead and come to a stop here in a second. Yeah, the diesel exhaust brake is not amazing in the Fords at all. I mean, maybe this isn't enough. Okay, the truck is... Okay, there it is. I can feel a little bit of a downshift. All in all, not a bad test drive. I love this specific truck. I didn't really notice that intake did anything, but because of this truck having the bigger tires, I'm pretty sure that probably affected the overall acceleration too. So I don't think this truck was regeared. They didn't do a lot to this truck when it came down to modifying it. They added a cheap little spacer up front. They didn't change the shocks or anything like that, so everything looks pretty stock, even the sway bars and then the bar up front. A lot of guys typically go above and beyond. They'll even change the radius arm to give you more clearance, but this, whoever owned this truck, they just did the bare minimum, and that's okay. You know, if you want to lift the truck but don't want to spend $5,000, I definitely understand that. But I really like this truck. It performed well. Stability was great. I mean, at higher speeds you can feel the truck floating. It wasn't that this weight was too much for this truck, it was that this truck having the lift, having the bigger tires, it just didn't feel safe at those speeds. So if you're gonna lift your truck, just know that you're gonna have to slow down, and I strongly recommend that. I mean, even having the airbags, the truck rode beautifully. So if you're in the market for a truck like this, Criswell has it. I really wish I had a lot more money, because I would buy this truck, because I would love to, you know, do more testing with it, because I think that as far as unloaded fuel economy would go, I would like to see what those numbers would be too. But yeah, the AFE intake didn't make much of a difference, I think, because of the lift in the tires too. So 8.5 is not bad. That's not bad. I think I would have probably got maybe an MPG better on the same route at that same mileage. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon.